Hi, welcome back to Finally Revealed. I'm Michelle. In this episode, I want to talk about buying a home from someone who's selling it for sale by owner. It is something, for sale by owner, everybody talks about for sale by owner. They're talking about the seller. And most people are helped in a situation where the seller is selling by a real estate agent because it's on multiple listing and now all the real estate agents know that this is available, and because the seller pays the commission and multiple brokers working together can then split the commission in that fashion. Because this commission is paid by the seller, when there's a for sale by owner situation, there is no commission. The seller is selling it on their own. So you as a buyer, there are separate buyer's agents that you can hire. You will pay those people when you property and you are buying the property from someone selling it for sale by owner. Here are the things that you need to be aware of. It's advantageous for a person selling for sale by owner because they're not going to pay the commissions. They know that they need to have a contract and disclosures. And if the contract is acceptable to them, they just follow along. They're selling. You are the buyer. The caveat emptor, it's not seller beware because the seller knows what they have and they're selling it to you. But you're the buyer and you're the one that is coming into this property, and you're the one who needs to check things out to make sure this is something that you want, that the condition is acceptable and things like that. If you have cash, it's even more important that you are careful with these different steps, that you have an attorney help you, that you have a good building inspector or an engineer to help you, so that you don't turn over your hard-earned cash and get a lemon or get into a situation that you weren't necessarily prepared for or coached about. If you have a lender, and most people do, the lender takes on a lot of the drivers for this transaction, but you must remember the lender is looking out for it having a perfected lien on this property so that the money that they loan you to buy the house can be repaid out of the property if you don't pay them. So they're looking to protect the money that they have going into this investment, and that's it. Now, as a result of that, many buyers are kind of carried along in the wave without realizing that if there is no lender, you have to do these things for yourself. And even if there is a lender, they're not looking out for your interest. They're looking out for their own interest. So here are the things that you want to look at. Is there a survey required? Is there a financing contingency in the contract? Is there a title contingency in the contract? Is there a physical structural integrity and systems contingency in the contract? These would be all things that you as the buyer want in your contract with a particular time frame for you to inquire and investigate, and getting information from third parties to go in and examine this property and report back to you. Each one of those different components then should have a time frame tagged onto it. So when this happens, then you're going to get certain information from the buyer on a certain date about a certain thing. Then you have your third party person go in there. Oftentimes this is a broad inspection period. When those inspectors come back, you need to be particular about what you're looking at, what you've asked them to look at, and what their impression, what they did, and what they're telling you. If there's something on there that is not what you thought it was, either as compared to the seller's disclosure statement or just what you understood about the property from your looking at it, then you need to open your mouth and make an objection, renegotiate the price, or get out of the contract. And that should be part of your contract for each of these different categories. But you need to know what you're looking at. If you're getting you should be getting title insurance. You should be getting information on any covenants and restrictions on the property. Again, I said survey. Are there fences? Are those fences on the right? Are they on the property or are they on someone else's property? Is the fence in too tight, and then there's more property that you didn't realize that was going to be yours? Has someone else put buildings on it or sheds? Do you know what the property is that you're buying? Then inside the house, beyond cosmetic issues, is it structurally sound? Have other repairs been made? How about the systems? The systems are the heating, the air conditioning, the plumbing, the electrical. If you're going to get into cabling, is there other cabling on there? How about the foundation? Can you see any of this? Can you not see any of this? How about the roof? So these are all systems that have to be inspected or should be inspected if you want to really know what you're buying. As the for sale by owner seller wants to sign you up and sell the house, you coming in as the buyer want to make sure that this is something that you want to buy. Pay attention and document those deadlines. Any of those deadlines, when they pass, you've accepted those conditions. Be aware of that. Also, if you have any get out of this contract for free language, make sure it's clear on what you need to do. I want you to have a good transaction and move into a great property that you really enjoy for a long time. We want you to be aware that these are things that you're going to be responsible for. And so be careful and be diligent about it. You should be fine. If this was helpful, if you learned something, give me a thumbs up. Share this with anyone who maybe might benefit from this. Leave any comments or questions below. Subscribe to see the other videos, and thanks for joining me, and come back next time. Thanks for watching.